All right. So Keith Thurman is back on the scene. He was in the Barclays Center today doing some interviews. And while he's doing the Paulie Malignaggi interview, it looks like Errol Spence was up next, but he was sitting right next to Keith Thurman. And for the second time in a row that we see these two people in public, these two boxers in public, we see Errol Spence real quiet compared to what he says about Keith Thurman and wanting to fight against Keith Thurman in interviews when Keith is not around. But I noticed something. See, I see a lot of people that's always talking about, there's a lot of Keith Thurman haters. A lot of Keith Thurman haters nowadays. But they never explain why is Errol Spence always real quiet when Keith Thurman is around. I notice it. I mean, there's videos of it. I mean, why nobody really, especially Spence fans, because for real, I think Errol Spence fans, and Errol Spence is a good fighter. There's nothing away taken away from Spence. But his fans is kind of as delusional, as mental midgets as Conor McGregor fans. Oh, Keith Thurman is ducking Errol Spence. Oh, Keith Thurman's scared. Oh, run time this. Let me ask you a question. When somebody talks behind your back in the streets, and then when they see you in person, they give you a handshake, they give you a pound. What you call that dude? What you call that person? I'll let you answer it. But I know in my world, that's kind of a pussy. Don't you think? Now, I am not saying Errol Spence or none of the fighters, because I respect fighters. I love these fighters. I respect their fighters, man. They dedicate their life to fight. That's the way they earn their money. That's the way they earn their living. That's the way they feed their family. Ain't no fighter pussy. That's they live for that. They fight for a living. So no fighter is pussy. But I'm just saying, if this is for the Errol Spence fans, what do you call a person that talks behind your back all day, and then when they see you, they give you a pound and don't say nothing? You tell me what you call that. So all this notion about people, Eric Thurman is ducking this person, Eric Thurman is ducking Spence. Ain't nobody ducking nobody. First, ain't nobody scared of another. Ain't no 147 pounder scared of another 147 pounder. Ain't nobody Mike Tyson here. All right. So just let's get this straight. The fight is gonna happen. The fight will happen. But now that a lot of people's talking about it and it's actually building up, they're going to build it up now. Now they're really, really going to build it up. So you're going to see Spence fight, defend his title one time, and you can see Keith Thurman with a comeback fight. And then he got some mandatories about the WBC. He don't have a mandatory right now for the WBA because that was Peterson, and Peterson's going to fight Spence. So think about it. If he's the most feared person, Errol Spence, why is Lamont Peterson giving up his regular WBA belt, losing his mandatory spot, and fights Errol Spence? But didn't we all thought that Errol Spence is the most feared fighter? So why would Peterson drop his belt to fight Errol Spence? Think about that, folks. Think about that, you delusional Errol Spence fans. Now, the fight will happen. You just gotta relax. It will happen. Hey, did Keith Thurman ever receive a contract from Al Heyman? And if anybody is frustrated on Keith Thurman, you should be frustrated that the fight ain't happening because you're trying to blame it on Keith Thurman, you dummies. Be frustrated with Al Heyman because Al Heyman, they under the same umbrella. Al Heyman is the one that tells them who to fight. If y'all frustrated, well, y'all not seeing Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman, be frustrated at Al Heyman. How about y'all find Al Heyman, show his face, how about that, you dumb fans, and say, damn, we want this, Al Heyman. That's the fight we want. We want your fighters to fight each other. It's not these fighters. They waiting on a contract. They can't. If there's no contract on the table for Keith Thurman, so that means everything is all talk. Have you ever bought a house? You could say, hey, I want that house. But if you don't make an offer on that house and they don't give you a contract to sign, then that's just saying, I just want a house. I like the house. When you buy a car, You just don't go and be like, hey, I want that car. Okay. The salesman's going to look at you. All right, so come to my office. Let me run your credit. Oh, I don't want to run my credit. All right. Ain't no contract signs, right? So it's not serious. So this whole talk about Errol Spence wanting to fight Keith Thurman, he wants to fight, but let his team draw the contract for Al Heyman, and then, hey, bring it to the table with Keith Thurman's people, and then Al Heyman will make the fight. But it ain't gonna happen now. So, guys, you gotta relax. It's gonna happen. Ain't nobody ducking nobody. Ain't nobody afraid of nobody. These are two good fighters, still proving themselves while being champions. Be glad that you got young fighters. And Keith Thurman already fought two elite fighters. Calm down, people. Calm down. All right? Ain't nobody fight back to back. Elite fighters. It don't happen. I gotta go. See you when I see you.